Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let us just little brief what is happening here. Priyavrata is a great soul. So much so that the Lord wants him to become the next, take up the responsibility from his father. His father is Manu, Swayambhuma, the first Manu in this day of Brahma. Every day of Brahma there are 14 Manus, the first Manu. And he wants to go for, Vanaprastha, spiritual practices. But the son who went for Brahmacharya never came back. Generally, son comes back, takes back the throne, and father lives. The son comes back at 25 years. When the children are born in a Vedic time, this parent attachment was not a very big thing. Because 5 years, it's not easy to leave a child at 5 years. It's not easy. They used to leave the child at 5 years to the Guru. And maybe hardly they used to visit. They used to be there in the Guru. Sometimes. I don't know whether any visiting was there, but they were there in the Guru most of the time. And on top of it, they were trained according to whatever guna karma they are situated. But generally, because society was so nicely organized, Kshatriya son generally will be a Kshatriya. Because, see, today, if suppose somebody is a so-called Kshatriya person, in his home, if a person is born who is not, who is, Kshatriya, still there is no advantage because there is no training of Kshatriya in his home. Correct? Even though he may have a Kshatriya title, there are some titles by which we can know previously he come from which families. Okay? Some people have come from Brahmin family, some people are Kshatriya, some people are Vaishya, some people are Shudra. But today there is not much difference it makes. Okay? So suppose somebody is very sattvic, so the Prabhupada said yesterday reading the big controversy. They say that if somebody is sattvic, so Krishna will make him take birth in a Brahmin family. So if somebody has taken birth in a Shudra family, that means he has a lot of Papa karma and will remain in a Shudra. Some people say like that. Prabhupada said no. There are two reasons. The one reason he pointed out was in the shloka that actually we see that people can change their guna and karma. Yeah? Particularly in the process of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, person can transform. And number two is that in Kali Yuga, what is that advantage to be born in any family? There is just no advantage. Previously, when there was a rigorous, just like you're admitting a child, now you'll admit him in the place where you think he will be best taken care of. Correct? So Krishna is also sending his child. If he sends to a Brahmin family, he knows there will be benefit for a Brahminic. If he sends to a Kshatriya family, they know that his Kshatriya, his Kshatriya propensity will be satisfied. Today it is hodgepodge, Kalau Shudra Sambhava. So these things have no meaning left also. No meaning altogether. So now what happens is the Priyavrata is there. He is born with his father. And Brahma, first thing the Swayambhuma goes to the forest to request to some, Beta, please come back. I want to come here now. And he is sitting, and Narada is also not in approval. Because Narada has already been training him. And this boy is Narada will not accept such a thing. He has accepted him. True, Narada sometimes accepts even hunters. Or whatever it is, once accepted by Narada, the person is exalted. So Narada accepted him as a disciple, an exalted person. He is also feeling Narada, what family life he can take some years. And at this time, who comes? Brahma comes. Because he was listening to his father's word. In the Vedic culture, he was not saying anything strong or retaliatory. But Brahma comes down. It's not ordinary. Brahma is coming down to, in a situation, means it's an extraordinary situation, correct? It needs his attention. And Brahma comes down and he first says to Priyavrata, because Priyavrata, they were expecting there will be a debate now, correct? So he says, I'm bringing the order from Krishna. You cannot disobey the order. Not only you, even me, Yamaraj, Shiva, all the Devatas, we can never disobey his order. First he tells me this, which makes a very strong point. And yesterday he tells him one more point which we read. He said we should be led by him as a blind man is led by a person who has eyes with which to see. Correct? Suppose I am blind to how we should follow Krishna. He's saying like a blind man on the road just holds somebody's hand and agrees to take wherever he is going. So similarly, our attitude to accept Krishna's order should be like that because we don't know. Krishna says do this, just do it. Krishna says don't do it, don't do it. Why? Because he is a leader. That because we are not able to see anything. Our condition is actually horrible. Lying in the middle world, the whirlpool of material attachments. You know, there was a story of that boy, no? Chitraketu. Chitraketu was so attached to his son, and when the son died, he was wailing and crying. And same Narada landed up there. Then what happened? Narada told Chitraketu, that boy, get up. The boy got up. And then Chitraketu was very happy, his son has become alive. So at that point, he says, my dear son, the son of Chitraketu says, my dear father, which father are you? I had so many fathers in so many lifetimes. Which one are you? And his father and mother are shocked. He said, I have parents in dog family, in cat family, in elephant family. I was there in so many lives and so many species. Which parents are you? They were stunned. Then he says, based on the laws of karma, it was time for me to leave the body. Actually, nothing unnatural happens, except when you commit suicide. Then you get a reaction from that. Then you have to remain ghost for that time. Otherwise, any time anybody dies, it's nothing unnatural. The time for the soul to leave the body. He had come for a particular experience in a particular body. Now he's going to earn that body. So, they have no answer. They're stunned. Then he says to Narada, why did you call me? I was to go to the next body. Anyway, great saint, please bless me. When will I be able to come out of the cycle of birth and death? Please bless me. I continue. Correct? This is the we are going birth after birth, Krishna's arrangement, experiential learning so that we can go back to God. That's all. Correct? So now, here, Priyavata is feeling that if he stays in the forest and takes sannyas, that is how he will go back to God. But Brahma is saying, no, this is very deep and not easy to understand. The point is that we all got different kind of bodies. But there is no point of crying about it. Okay? Or feeling jubilant. Got certain body. Now the point is, let us use this body to go back to God. Okay? Similarly, Priyavata also has got a particular body. He is the son of a king. He's got that body. Now, son of a king, taking sannyas when he is the only son is unnatural. He has to accept the situation in which he is in. He can't do that. You got it now? He got a particular kind of body. He is a prince. The prince has to get married and do the next role. He can't just, say, no way, I'm going to take sannyas. That's why the one meaning. Prabhupada has taken another meaning on this because I can understand. Because he is taking a general meaning for us now in this. He says we all, actually subtle body is also a body. Correct? And based on the subtle body, you get the next body. The kind of desires you cultivate in your mind, the next body is getting ready, cross body is getting ready, based on the subtle body. Correct? I was born with a particular subtle body in this body. Now, if you change your subtle body in this, that means you change the modes under which it is operating, you change the desires which you are cultivating, then another body has to be fit. Just like an example is, suppose I become very fat, then I have to throw this clothes. I need a different kind of a body. This body will not work. Suppose I become very tall, just like the children it happens. So much they grow in weight or height, clothes you have to throw. They are not usable. Similarly, the subtle body so much changes. Now another gross body has to be put to facilitate now the enjoyment of the subtle body. That is another reason death has to occur. You can just like a child is growing. Correct? Now you have to throw the clothes after some time. Suppose a 1-year-old child is there and 2-year-old child. There is so much growth at that time, 1 and 2 years, 1 and 3 years. Now, in our age, you can wear same clothes for 10 years. But a child, first year, a 1-year-old child and 10-year-old child, yes. So now suppose the child has grown 10-year-old and you're putting the same clothes on him. So you get realization. You're putting same clothes on him. He can't use it. It's waste for him. Can he use? So similarly, I am in this body, but my subtle body has completely changed. A subtle gross body is only a dress for the subtle body. It has become meaningless now. I become so tamasic now that this body is of no use to me. Animal body will be very comfortable for me. Correct? I want to sleep 20 hours. The animal body is fantastic. What will I do with this body? Beer's body is very nice. I can hibernate for 6 months or just sleep nicely. Correct? This is a very important point. I never had this. Good? You got the point? Your subtle body also takes time to change. But it changes so much. Say 100 years, it becomes, the gross body becomes meaningless now. Because it is another desires he has. This body cannot facilitate those desires. Therefore death. One reason. Another reason I was saying death is there because we need it. We need fear. Without fear, nobody studies in any college. If you say no exam, now recently I think they made a system. A right to education. The minister as Kapil Sibal has made a system. No child can be failed. So in the government schools now, nobody can be failed till 10th class. Something like the 8th or 9th, something like that. And teachers say, anyway we had a horrible facility there. It's true, they are also not sincere. Now we can't teach. The students know there is no exam. They pass or fail, it does not matter. They straight away are naturally promoted to the next class. But when the 10th class or 11th, where the first time the teachers have to prepare them for exams, they find it's a mess. The person doesn't even know anything. Anyway, there are so many ifs and buts. For certain classes, it's okay. That's 6th class. I also think that is play. That's not an age to give them tension. Correct? I think so. Certain classes should till 12 years at least, maybe 7. To a certain age, they should be, proper says a certain age, they should be allowed to play freely. And know this much bag of books, nothing. Just some, you have vocational training, something you teach them, let them play, teach them language at that time nicely, communication. And the rest of the things can start later. You see, anyway, it's like we also living next to an orphanage, and they're all together, those children. They enjoy so much, you can't stop it. It's the age. Do you think you can turn him into Prahlad Maharaj? It's not possible. Correct? True. I have seen that. You also have seen some young, very small children, very serious spiritual, very silent, and very attentive in Kirtan. Amazing. That's very. I'm not interested in this playthings. That's very. But in general, that's a tendency. Anyway, so now it happens that the Priyavata is Ramayana. So Prabhupada takes second meaning. He says whatever the past body I am having, that is the subtle body that I am having because of the Purva simple life, what are you going to do with that? Or proceed. So within this body, in this subtle mind and the gross, there are two bodies, the subtle body and the gross body. Whatever previous things are there, that's fine. Now proceed ahead. I am prepared to go back to God. We could not have to think, oh, yesterday my mind was like that, 1 year ago my mind. No. Proceed ahead. That was the speed at which Prabhupada was, there was an example, a person was a drug addict. And he came to temple in England, I think. He came to the temple and there was a kirtan and everything. He said, it is so nice. I don't want to go from here. Can I stay here? He said, yes. Just 1 day is over. No problem. That means so much hope. So much hope. That is, you see, Prabhupada's mood. Therefore, you see, in the end, Prabhupada is saying so nicely. See, what was always, when I see sometimes Prabhupada memories, and I see people who are so, tough, big, 7 feet, and you look at the face, really look at tough man. If you have to negotiate with them something, you'll be scared. But when they talk about Prabhupada, they break down many times. It is amazing. To break the heart of such tough people. The reason was sincere desire. He said no to the President of India, I have a clue how everybody can go. I have a clue how I can go back to God. I don't want to go alone. I want to take everybody with me. You see, again is encouraging people. After giving up the body, one was acted in this way, does not accept another material body, but instead goes back home, back to God. Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita, writing about this, he says those who are intelligent, they catch this truth, they catch this information. So information is given, you catch it. Sometimes it happens, no? They throw something, you catch. Sometimes Pujari throws flowers, people try to catch. So similarly, Krishna is giving this information, catch this information. That here is an opportunity for me to go back to God in this life. Next life, Prabhupada used to say, don't take a chance of next life. There is no way. That's not possible. This life, I have to go back. Okay, so in fact, not only we should go back, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he say? Bharat Bhumile Janmo Meya. So fortunate. You can't even imagine. When foreigners come to India, how much they say? You can't even imagine the kind of situation we have come. So you can't even imagine. In fact, once what happened, we were telling one person, Madhurivat Paradareshi, that we should look at every woman like a mother. So we're explaining. So he said, the point is, you have a concept of mother. For us, even that is not there. It's not that I don't have a biological mother, but how many divorces, even mother is busy getting another husband. That attachment is so weak. It's like, everything is artificial actually. You have just like artificial flowers, they look like flowers but they don't smell like flowers. Okay? So similarly, more and more the materialistic civilization, everything is becoming artificial. Parents are there but they don't do work of the parents. They are there but they should smell like parents. What the Shastra says, Pitana sasyat, janani sasyat. Don't become father, don't become mother, don't become husband, don't become a teacher, don't become a guru if you cannot deliver your dependent. Correct? But who is actually, even now you want to do this both ways actually. Both ways it has become. But at least on our part we should be clear in trying to do our duty. Suppose somebody says, I want but my son is not interested, what can I do? That is also there to do. We say our children, please chant Hare Krishna, go back to Krishna, they are not interested. You want to do duty also, they don't want to participate in the duty. But it is, at least on our part, there is no guarantee. But at least we should be, it's like a teacher. The student may not be capable today, but at least he should be capable. He can't just criticize the children, at least he should be right. Many times people say, I want perfect guidance, but I should be sincere. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you are so fortunate to take birth in India. It's not ordinary. And who is giving certificate? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself. Bharat Bhumile Janmo Meya. Say how fortunate you are. How fortunate. Janma Sarthakari. In fact, I used to, now I stopped, I used to on every birthday, you get in the, that's why you saw birthday notification. I just send up a paragraph of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Say, Bharat, you're fortunate to take birth in India. Make your birth successful. Make it, that's it's not, first thing we should do that. First we should make our own birth successful. Means we should be fixed on the path of Krishna. Fully fixed. It's not easy. It's not a one day today, it takes time. We should be fully fixed on this path, fully convinced. All angles, by good association, by our own devotions. In fact, everything will be revealed by devotions. Correct? At the same time, Prabhupada used to do, he used to take the disciples, you act like an atheist now. So I know all of you are atheists. So they used to ask him questions which are there. Why this question? Prabhupada, why this? And he used to answer all the questions. And then Prabhupada used to say, now I'll act as atheist. You people act as devotees. And then reverse. And then Prabhupada used to sometimes defeat them as an atheist. And they believe there are no answers. Correct? The point why he used to do that again and again was that he used to travel, there is a time he used to do that. Idea was that he wanted tomorrow you have to run the movement. Yeah, we should be ready. All of us are going to pass. The new people, they have to take up the movement. Mission of Lord Chaitanya, we have to understand and become fortunate. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is already predicted. So first let me complete. Bharat Bhumile Janmo Hai Yaar, Janmo Sarthakari, Karo Karo Ka. Now you give it to the whole world. In fact, Prabhupada said that now because of 700 rules, the Indians they lost their confidence in their own culture. They lost. Actually, that's true. The kind of degradation that is happening. Prabhupada in America, he was telling, sometimes I see the people in India so degraded you can't find here also. So degraded. Then Prabhupada laughs and gives an example. It's a new crow and an old crow. An old crow is eating a dustbin. He's anyway, sick of it, but he is eating. New crow is very excited eating the nonsense. The Indians are very excited in doing simple activities. They are already sick and they are looking for spiritual path in the rest. That's how the movement will explode there. But in India, same Acharya, Prabhupada came with all the success at that time. He came with his, 500 disciples. The Indira Gandhi gave the visa for that. You can personally do that, please help me. Prabhupada said, what can I do? Nobody is coming forward in this country. How do I run my movement in this country? I opened branch in Mayapur, I opened branch in Vrindavan, I opened branch in Bombay, and I want to preach vigorously in this country. He went to her directly. And I was hearing Prabhupada memories with Jayapataka Maharaj. He said we were there outside. So Prabhupada had scribbled so many things we wanted to discuss. But then you could see she was disturbed because just that time somebody had died in Bangladesh, shot dead, the leader. She was scared of her life. Generally leaders are, anybody is scared of her. She was very, very disturbed state. Prabhupada could see that, he could see that I can get one thing, so he tried to save his movement. Otherwise, Indian movement, had the meeting not happened, Indian movement not have taken it properly. Because devotees are continuously going in and back. Visa means 15 days, 1 month, then go, another comes. It's a tamasha, you can't do practical preaching. So Prabhupada then told her, nobody in India is coming forward. These young flowers of America came forward. Therefore, this movement has grown all around the world. India, they are not interested. In fact, when Prabhupada was in America, in the university, it happened. There was a huge kirtan before and after the class. Everybody was dancing. And Prabhupada somehow, like a magnet, he was there, means whole atmosphere is to become spiritual. And then, there was a good question answer also. And the one Indian came up, Swamiji, what is the use of this? We need technology now. So Prabhupada started laughing. He said, you want technology, you remain a beggar. You remain a beggar. I have come to give something to this country. I have not come to take anything from this country. Actually, when Nehru also, wrote a big manifesto, how I want the India into industrialize like the West, Prabhupada shot back that letter which we read previously. Prabhupada said, don't forget the prime duty of India. Therefore, Prabhupada used to many times say, whole world is suffering today because Indians have forgotten their duty. Actually, Indians are responsible. The Vedic knowledge is given here, not in any part of the world. And what they have, nothing actually. Whatever they have, Prabhupada's spiritual knowledge practically does not exist in any part of the world. Does not exist. They only know materialism. They have not even an idea of what is spiritual life. What they have is some maybe sub-religious principles, what we call upadharmas. Be nice, be good, all that rubbish. No spiritual knowledge. Nowhere you can get any part of the world knowledge of the soul scientifically developed. It does not exist. That's why they bury the body. We burn the body. Soul is different, body. Burn it, no. Okay, no. It's a bag of stool. They have no idea. Divinity in the body. Nonsense. What divinity in the body? And they say one day this body will get up from the graves. That what they call the day of final judgment. Prabhupada, he heard the rubbish. Nonsense. This is from a grave. You see, horror movie. They have this conception. And the Adam and Eve. There's another joke here. All this rubbish has been created, and no signs of the soul, no signs of God, no information about God's pastimes, leelas, activities, zero information about God's quality. Therefore, Prabhupada used to say, sometimes you say God is great. Tell us how is He great, please. and sad. Silence. How is he great? Tell us something. How is he great? Nothing. So it's not easy actually. And learning is, I was telling you, I didn't know that. So therefore spiritual I am learning it every day. I didn't know Krishna is so great. And next day it should be still higher. I didn't know it's so great. That means you are advancing. You got the point? Just like you are a doctor, you are teaching somebody. You are a nurse, you are teaching something. And nurse is, I know. Then what are you going to teach? Okay, so first stage when you go in a learning is the information stage, you know. In spiritual life, first thing is information. Second thing is now the glories of the Lord manifest. I didn't know Krishna is, even the Gopas every day, they feel the same thing. Like in the morning when they play with Krishna, next day, first thing, night is artificially created in the spiritual world. Night does not exist in the spiritual world. Everybody thinks, Nata the Mahashite Shuryo, Nashashankara, but there is no need of sun and moon there. Everything is self-fulfilled. So where is the question of night? Night is to be artificially created. Here day is to be artificially created. You have to put a sun to give a light. By nature the world is dark. Correct? By nature the world is dark. In the night you have to switch on light. But by the nature everything is full of night. So I don't know how Krishna does it. He creates artificial night. And then whole night they are waiting. We don't know what happens in the night. Whether it is dark or what happens, we don't know. You have to go there to see. But then whole night they are waiting. They are waiting. The Gopal boys, because soul does not need rest. Rest is only needed for this gross body. There is no rest needed for the soul. Soul, even when the body is sleeping, wants to dream. And dream is nothing but activity of the soul with the subtle body. Soul is ever active, ever fresh, ever active. So there is no question of sleep like we have in the mental world. Maybe yoga never, I don't know what it is. You have to go there. And so then what happens is that all the Gopa boys and everybody, they run to Krishna's house every day. And the Yashoda mother is every day dressing Krishna, bathing him, dressing him, small. And there are different features of Krishna. There are 16 features of Krishna. That is different. The Bali Rupa, I am talking, Bali Rupa feature, which is the Yashoda mother has that. Eternally that remains that age. Eternally. In the middle world, one by one he manifested each form with eternal form. One by one it was manifested. Right? But the spiritual world, Yashoda mother is having one form, another form is with other set of devotees, eternally manifested. Every day same. Therefore, somebody is saying news. There is no news in the spiritual world in that way. In this world, the news, what happened? What's the news? Any friends ask? Means somebody died, somebody is born. I bought a new computer. That's the news. In the spiritual world, everything is same. But what changes? I didn't know Krishna is so loving. And next day, I didn't know he's so loving. Day by day, relation to Krishna becomes sweeter and sweeter. And that ocean of love of Krishna is expanding unlimitedly. Because enjoyment is a relationship. The relationship becomes sweeter day by day. It's pure, perfect. But in that also, it expands day by day. It's ever expanding. Spiritual world is ever expanding. So, so Prabhupada says that now somehow, because of 700 year rule, they lost their confidence. 700 years means something like 30-40 generations. Somebody forces you to be like a Jamadar, you lose your confidence. Our own lifetime, suppose, people then exceed to that condition. Correct? So similarly, India, Prabhupada said about, they lost their confidence in their own culture. But when Prabhupada says, dead elephant also has a great value. They lost. Indian culture is actually dead today. The Chief Minister itself is saying that as a cow slaughter and next day you should have thrown out of the office actually. In India somebody speaks like that. Sometimes they ask Prabhupada this question. Why is that in India people are suffering so much? Where they follow, they're supposed to be more than the best, suffering is going on in India in so many ways. Prabhupada says the reason is if they disobey, the reaction will be very heavy. It's like a dog. I told you that example. It's a fantastic example. When a dog jumps a signal, is there any punishment for it? Suppose red light is there, a dog runs through on the upper road. The traffic man will catch the dog? He will not catch it. Why? He doesn't punish. There is one more reason why he doesn't punish. To be a dog itself a punishment. Why punish him more? The same way to be born in America itself is a punishment. No temples, no Harikatha, no Hari Kirtana, nothing. No holy places. Correct? No great sages. No incarnations of the Lord in that place. Correct? And on top of it, no proper sunlight also. Prabhupada said, no proper sunlight means sinful place. They asked him when he landed in England, Swamiji, hell is there. And they have to ask him, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, yes, London is hell. Huh? He was shocked. Because generally in their religion they have a concept of hell, no? They say, Swamiji, hell is there. So they were shocked and they never, because everybody goes to London, oh, such a nice country, and then London at that time was like just like emperors of the world, they just come out, because today it has not much value. 50 years ago, a proper time, 30, 40 years ago, still a great value. Prabhupada said, London is there. And they said, why? Prabhupada said, no sunlight, always dripping, this is hell only. Actually, always there are cloud there. Is it? You heard? You went?
No, I'm not been there.
But it's always a cloudy, no proper sunlight. In most of the Western countries it is like that, no proper enough sunlight in most of the places. It's cold most of the time. So in fact it was so surprising for them. The newspaper headline came, Swami says London is hell. So anyway, so what Prabhupada wanted to say, he said that when they take it up, when the Indians take it up, they will do exceedingly well. Because they have a background of hundreds of years. That's why in the West, when movement was started, foreigners wanted to buy deities from India, because they also wanted to worship at their home. So Prabhupada said, no, please wait. It is true in India, every home they worship deities. Every home they worship. Correct? Every home you see, there is Vigraha worship. But you people, please wait. They have been trained from thousands of years of culture. You people don't know anything. Correct? Left hand, right hand, they don't know what the difference. They don't know parikrama. They don't know what is suchi. Abba, you struggle. That's like yesterday I was telling somebody, don't put nothing on the plate. Serving soup. To Indian also, there is almost becoming like Western. But the basic things are not known. To maintain suchi, what is deity vessels. These all things were so clear previously. Correct? You can't touch also. What thing? When the Western Prabhupada used to be in kitchen and teaching this first set of disciples how to cook, who else? Jadura Nishtha. Every 5 minutes we used to hear, wash your hand, because somebody will put wash your hand, somebody wash your hand. Constantly, put here, wash your hand, constantly telling them wash. In fact, once Prabhupada told them, I have given you a Narada Pancharatra, a simple form of worship. Had I given you stricter forms, you would be inside bathroom only hold it. Not even going to come out. So actually, in that way we can understand. So this is hard of Prabhupada. He is always, this I had once a realization. I was in some place distributing books and one man said, he was sitting, very educated person, I preached him for a long time. He said that he has become a beggar because he had no means of livelihood. But he's an educated person. I said, anyway, it's not good. I didn't buy a book. I said, what? I myself am a educated person. So he requested me one thing, that you are going to stay 2 hours on the platform. Give me a book, I'll just read for some time. I can't purchase it. I said, okay. That's fine. So I gave him Bhagavad Gita. He read for 2 hours, educated. He read maybe 1 chapter or something. And then he came to me before my train came. So he came to return it. I said, take that. I said, how was it? He said, this man is guiding me. Generally, when people write purports, they try to demonstrate their knowledge. Prabhupada is not in that business. Therefore, he keeps his purport so simple. Why? He wants to guide. You see that? It's like he knows a person has to use his free will. He can't force him. Correct? But it's inspiring him to use his free will in the right way. Therefore, it says, regardless of whatever we have done in our past lives, it's just like a guiding. He's addressing this to the world because today in Kali Yuga, everybody is simple. So regardless of what done in a past life, if we engage ourselves, unalloyed devotion service to the Lord in this life, will always be situated in the Brahma Bhuta state, right? Free from all reactions, and will not be obliged to accept another non-material. Anybody reading this, it is so inspiring. Prabhupada is always encouraging in his own. Yes, it is possible. What is over is over, past. But if I can do this, yes. Tattva deha. After giving up the body, one who acted in that way does not accept another material body, but instead goes back home. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Yeah.